Let's take a look at the reading two study questions. The study questions for this excerpt from Book One of Plato's Republic, in which the character of Thrasymachus, and I'm sorry for having a typo in the first one, I'll fix that now, in which Thrasymachus, a very provocative person, suggests what he thinks justice is, and as a result, whether one should be just or unjust if you want to be happy and fulfilled. Number one, how does Thrasymachus define justice? Explain what you think he means by his definition. The bare definition is that justice is the interest of the stronger, or justice is the advantage of the stronger. Different translations differ, but that's the basic idea. What does that mean? Well, his explanation is that the strong are the rulers in any particular community, and that they have the power to define what justice is, supposedly really through law. And lo and behold, because they're human beings and therefore selfish, they make up laws that serve their own interests, that are to their advantage. And if what they say is law, that the laws that they make determine what justice is in that political community, then justice will be what's to their advantage. So, therefore, justice is the advantage of the stronger. Number two, what reasons does Thrasymachus give for the idea that it is better to be unjust in the way you live than to be just? Now, one could say, immediately from the definition of justice that he's given, the advantage of the stronger, then it follows that if you act justly, you're acting in the interest of the strong rather than your own. That immediately follows. But he gives rather concrete or more specific examples of what he means here, why it's better to be unjust than to be just. And he says, well, I mean, the just person believes that they have to follow certain rules, that they have to be fair, that they have to be law abiding, whereas the unjust person just does whatever they think is in their advantage, to their advantage. So when it comes to paying taxes, who pays the most, the just or the unjust person? Well, the unjust person, who will cheat as much as they can on their taxes, will get off with a lower tax bill. The just person will think, well, it's right to pay your taxes and pay it all. If the unjust person is filling a public post, some kind of government official, they'll prosper. They'll use it to their advantage. And if their friends or associates come to them asking for favors that are corrupt favors, they'll just give it to them. They'll be popular and rich. And if the just person fulfills a government post, trying to be honest, will have to deny all those people those things. So those are just a couple examples in which the kind of idea of what he means, that the unjust person is untrammeled by any kind of moral scruples that would hold them back from doing things that were in their selfish interest, whereas the just person is held down by those moral scruples, is restrained by them from doing things that might be to their personal advantage. Third and fourth questions, of course, are open-ended. What do you think of Thrasymachus' definition of justice? Do you think he has a point? Well, I mean, anything there is fine as long as it's based upon the text. And what do you think of Thrasymachus' advice to be unjust? Why? I mean, obviously, these are just based upon your own opinions, but your own opinions obviously based upon enough knowledge of what Thrasymachus is getting at that you can formulate an intelligent response.